Basketball Wives Season 9, Episode 3. Let's get into it. Due to the restrictions of COVID-19, the franchise decided to improvise and to get two mansions so they can continue to shoot for the season. One mansion belongs to Evelyn, the other mansion is Jackie's. It makes sense to have the two mansions due to the fact that Evelyn is in the process of suing OG for defamation for calling her a racist colorist. So legally speaking, they can't shoot with one another unless this whole lawsuit is fake. And they ended up talking at the end of the season and mend their differences, which is probably what's going to happen. When Jennifer arrives to Jackie Christie's house, she has this negative attitude. Jennifer's coming across like she's a tough girl, and people are just dragging her saying, oh, she ain't that tough. There's so many times that people have fought her or disrespected her on camera. She's not a tough girl. I mean, but sometimes the very same people who are passive aggressive, because that's what Jennifer is, and even passive aggressive people can get to the point where they lash out. Look at Shawnee last season. She was talking crazy when Jennifer was saying all those things about Shaq. I mean, she's just collecting the check. She's collecting that Basketball Wives check. She don't care about nothing, and she doesn't want to reconcile with anybody. Here's the problem though, Jennifer. Nobody cares. Nobody in Evelyn's house cares about reconciling with you, having smoke with you. They continue to dismiss you like they always have. All this energy that you're giving, Jennifer, would matter if at the times where people were being aggressive with you, that you turned around and showed the same energy. Christian, without CC, you have no storyline. Does anybody find the irony in the fact that Christian's storyline is OG, the very person who you had all this beef with, who you said some terrible things about? Now you need this person to be relevant on the show. This conversation that Christian is trying to have with OG is a waste of time. Even though I feel like Christian don't have no relevancy, I'm glad that OG actually broke down to her why she believes that the other cast members are colorists. It's not just based upon your color, is also about your features. And Christian having this epiphany like, oh, I get it now. So it's just not about skin color. Don't act stupid. Don't act stupid, Christian. You knew all along that you were accepted because you do have European features. You are a beautiful woman versus OG, who is also a beautiful woman, but she has different features. She has African features. So you know that everybody kept saying that she was ugly. The fact that you're sitting up here talking about, oh, like now I understand how the way you feel. Well, no, you don't. And to be quite clear, nobody has asked OG how the way she felt about anything. Not one time did I hear anybody say, OG, how do you feel about the situation? She was dismissed, disregarded, and just flat out ignored. However, I believe that a lot of the issues that you have, OG, is the simple fact that these women did not like you as a person. Instead of saying we don't like her, you just put on this narrative that she's an aggressive black woman. How dare y'all? How dare y'all? Just own up to how the way you feel. You don't like the lady. And we live in a society that is okay not to like everybody. You don't have to like the next person. It's common decency to show people respect. The conversation with Christian and OG got flipped all around because Christian came in there with the whole attitude of, I'm going to prove you wrong and I'm going to prove that nobody on this cast was a colorist. But just like last season, whenever you come at OG, make sure that you got some facts. Make sure that you come with some receipts on what you're saying, and make sure what you're saying makes sense. Because that whole conversation, oh, I'm dark skinned and everybody talks to me, so that's not an issue. What? They talked about her features all throughout the season. How do you not know that that was an issue for her? What OG said was that every single time something went down, you chose the side of the team that was lighter. You are a token. You are accepted because of your features. Not only are you dark skinned, you are a very beautiful woman versus OG who's on a different spectrum of beauty. People are not accepting to people with her features. And this is the one proud moment I have of Jennifer Williams because she did take up for OG. It wasn't the fact that you didn't like her. Y'all push this narrative that she's aggressive. And there's a lot of people on the show that's aggressive. Okay, so they need to stop using that terminology of aggression when it comes to OG. Because Evelyn is aggressive. Malaysia is aggressive. Jackie is aggressive. And they're not held accountable for their actions. And Jackie is like, well, that's not true. I was held accountable for what I did. You know, there was a lot of people that was talking about me and this, that, and the third. It's different set of rules for OG and the rest of the women. Okay, so I need Jackie to have several seats. Whew. Anyway, I had to get that off my chest because it bothered me that these women act so coy and dumb and ignorant. No, you're not, because you heard people say it time and time again. Evelyn called OG ugly. Phoebe called OG ugly. Because you're a beautiful Christian, you don't understand that plight of being called ugly over and over again. I really hate it when people act like, oh, this is what happened. I didn't know. It was right in front of your face. And what you did was ignore it because it came from a group of people that you liked and you didn't like OG. And the fact that you're so ignorant, you're the one that exposed the comment last season that CeCe has said that OG was ugly. So don't play into that narrative that you don't know what's going on. You know exactly what's going on. You know exactly why she feels how the way she feels. It's just not a colorist issue. It's a feature issue. It's xenophobia. Of course, OG crushes Christian because she came to OG unprepared. It's like, I am tired of you women approaching OG without having facts, without having ammunition to fight against her. So she crushes you every time. Kristen did go over and tell the ladies, okay, her colorism feeling is attached to features. And I use the word feeling and then it turned into something else. And the ladies was like, well, why did she never tell us how she felt? No one would listen to her last season about her feelings. Y'all didn't care about her feelings. So don't act like y'all do now. I'm so tired of the ignorance of it all. Just admit that you do not like the girl because you don't like her as a person. That will be more acceptable. That's more acceptable. You don't like her, and that's okay. Every single time she would try to talk about her feelings, every single time you guys would shut her down. Oh God, here we go. OG is talking about like how the way she feels. What y'all did is what other people outside of our race do to us. That, girl, stop. Stop. Because you knew exactly what you guys were doing. And y'all just didn't think that OG would take it there. You pushed the wrong person and you pushed her too far. And you got Evelyn, who now is crying on every episode, talking about what she had went through with the whole situation with OG. Well, if you would have stopped engaging with her, you wouldn't have this problem. The problem is that you antagonize somebody who knows how to bully and antagonize her. OG is not your match, Evelyn. Everybody say, oh, there's going to be a day where you meet your match. OG is not your match, boo. OG is something different. She's on a level that you have never seen. You have encountered somebody with a brain. Evelyn, you are slick with your words and your hands, but you have never ever dealt with a person that knows how to go through psychological warfare. And that's what OG is, psychological warfare. Like, girl, you saying, oh, you got black kids is no different than a white person saying that they got black friends so they can't be racist. Girl, I need you to be quiet because that's exactly how the way that you sound. Anyway, let's talk about Liza. Liza is Lamar Odom's ex-girlfriend and also the mother of his children. She said that Lamar had set up a college fund for their kids when they were young, and she's trying to get the money out of the fund to pay for her son to go to school, and Lamar is not answering the phone. Now, when it comes to Liza, I need for all you women to shut up. Okay, because if you were in her situation, you would be doing the same exact thing. Y'all telling her that she's not over Lamar, she needs to leave him alone. Well, first of all, she can never leave him alone because that is her children's father. I don't think that Liza is still in love or have feelings for Lamar. It is pertaining to her kids. If her kids wants to go to school, why is it that she's got to sit back and say, okay, well, it's okay that Lamar doesn't help me pay the tuition for my child and I'll worry about it? No, she had that child with Lamar, so Lamar is responsible for helping her pay his college tuition. Liza, all these women are hypocrites. Outside of Christian, because she's still married, every last one of them deal with their exes pertaining to their kids. Oh, they're saying, just take everything with a grain of salt. No, don't even take it with a grain of salt. Don't even take it don't even make it a conversation or a thought in your mind. Child, that was the worst advice that I've ever heard. Y'all a bunch of hypocrites. All of y'all talking to your exes, dealing with your kids still. You got grown kids, Shawnee. You still deal with Shaq. If I'm not mistaken, you still celebrate holidays with Shaq. Yes, y'all are on good terms, but if y'all wasn't on good terms, you still will have to go out your way to make sure that he takes care of his kids. So don't tell Liza that she should leave Lamar alone and, she should go about her business. No. I'm almost pretty sure that if not this season, next season, if Liza continues on this show, those ladies are going to turn on her and target her and make her the butt of jokes because of her situation with Lamar. So just be careful, Liza. I wouldn't trust none of them. Okay? Not one. Jackie goes off on Jennifer because Jennifer has a nasty attitude. Yes, I agree. Jennifer does have a nasty attitude. She should have gave that energy to those women and not take it out on a person that was willing to film with her and invite her to a mansion. Don't push Jackie Christie, because we all know that Jackie Christie, all you gotta do is blow a leaf in Jackie Christie's direction and she's already changing the tide on who she thinks you are. She will start attacking you in that house. So if I was you, Jennifer, I would watch myself. And I'll have to say the same thing for OG. I will sleep with one eye open during the whole time in that house, OG. She tries to be the neutral person, but she has loyalty to Shawnee. The only person that ever had your back on the show was Tami Roman. And unfortunately, she is no longer a part of the franchise. So you have no friends. Jennifer is fake. Jackie Christie is a fake friend. After everything Jackie went through with Evelyn, it is a wonder why they are even able to coexist in the same room. It's a wonder. Tami Roman was right when she said Jackie was a fake friend. Jackie Christie is the one that's always telling you to back down when you got 5 or 6 people that's attacking you. Don't trust that lady. All right, you guys, thank you for watching my latest recap on Basketball Wives, Season 9, Episode 3. Hopefully, I'll see you next week. Ciao.